It's been 10 years since Bitcoin was introduced, and still hardly anyone uses it to actually pay for things. The dream of cryptocurrency replacing fiat in everyday transactions has not come true. What happened? For one thing, these currencies are one size fits all. Decisions made by the original team affect everybody. Years ago, 20 Bitcoins could buy a pizza, then a car. Now they can buy a house. Thus, these currencies became a store of value and speculative investments, but they aren't being used by people as a medium of exchange. Today, almost all cryptocurrencies live on monolithic global networks. To work, they have to reach a global consensus about all transactions in the world. As the network grows, that can get expensive and slow. The internet, on the other hand, isn't one monolithic global network. It's a network of local networks. Each local network has its own policies and equipment. A lot of communication just happens locally. The global internet is used for routing requests between networks. So what if someone built a payment network architected more like the internet? That's Intercoin. Because of its design, Intercoin has three major advantages. Technology. Instead of keeping all transactions on one global ledger, Intercoin is open source software that communities can install and run their own payment network for their own members. There's no reason why someone buying coffee in New York should wind up on the same ledger as someone buying a house in France. Most payments happen locally, as the currency circulates. Global payments between communities happen once in a while. Who can be a community? Buildings, universities, cruises, companies, nonprofits, townships, cities, or entire countries. Intercoin can help connect them all. Fast, no fees, making it a viable medium of exchange. Economics. Here's how it works. Consider what happens when a casino issues its own chips. People can cash in and cash out of the local economy. No one carries $1 million of chips outside of the casino because they're worthless out there. Thus, the casino never runs out of its own currency. Now, what if instead of chips, we built something smarter? A local cryptocurrency that runs on a blockchain. People could be sure that no one can take it from them, and communities could adapt the currency to their own uses. For example, a university could take money from its donors and start issuing currency to their students, who can then use it at their local vendors. The vendors accept the local currency and cash it out, and the donors can be confident about how the money is being used. What if more and more communities had their own currencies? Global payments could be done through Intercoin. As long as people stay within this growing economy, there are no fees, even for global payments. Vendors can start paying their employees in the Intercoin economy, and everyone saves fees. Carol over here uses her currency from Harvard to buy a new Louis Vuitton bag straight from Paris. The vendor in Paris receives her money and can spend it any way they want. Local fintech. Intercoin opens up a world of new possibilities because each community can manage its own local currency. Here are just a few. Micropayments can be done by different apps, where content creators get paid out based on how much you interacted with their content. ICOs can be done by people starting a new project without having to use Ethereum. Pay buttons can be integrated into local apps as simply as PayPal or Apple Pay. WeChat has already done this in China, and other social network companies have added payments too. Now, any communities can add their own. But some community applications are even cooler. Instead of giving money to a charity, you can donate money directly to the populations who need it, knowing it will be used by the actual people on the ground. You've seen just a few possible applications of Intercoin. When it launches, developers around the world will come up with lots of new ways to help communities manage their own money. That's why we're so excited about this project. Intercoin, powering your communities.